Well, I'm printing it at 200%, which as you can see is much bigger, but I can see we got the same problems. I think it may be where I imported it into Tinkercad to edit it, and that may have messed up the code. I don't know if I can actually point to bits that are faulty. It looks like everywhere where we've got a joining piece, it's added a gap behind it which shouldn't be there. And one of the legs over there, if it moves over so we can see it, it's actually on that leg there, but I'll wait until it moves out and we can see it. Come on. I could just turn the light on, I suppose. Yeah, we still can't see it, but it's that leg there that's got a line right the way across it, because there's a joining piece either side, and somehow or other the code has interpreted the bit between it as a gap instead of being a solid leg. Right, there. I could wait till it's finished, of course. Well, I suppose we can see that bit there. There's a line right across there that shouldn't be there. And that line there. Now that I've made it larger, I can actually see what the problem is. But yeah, this is, well, this print is a waste of time, which is rather unfortunate. We're 8 hours 20 minutes into it, 91%. So I left it running when we went out. But yeah, this one's a waste of time. I don't think we'll be able to use it with all the holes in the wrong places. But yeah, the more I look at it, the more I can see. Everywhere where there's a joining piece, there's a gap either side of it. Or maybe it's a problem with the STL file when it's imported into Curer. The only other thing I can do is try and print one of the original files rather than the ones that I've modified. I think this is one of the modified ones. No, I don't think it is. Because it would say GrandadIsAnOldMan on the tail there at the back, and it doesn't. So this is actually an unmodified file. Yeah, this one's unmodified, and it's still causing a problem. The only other thing I can try is there's a program that fixes faulty STLs. So I'll run it through that and see if that makes a difference. Well, it's finished printing. It was one of the ones that I'd modified. So it's got GrandadIsAnOldMan on YouTube on it. Obviously when I was looking it hadn't got to the top layer, that's why we couldn't see it. But if I show you that leg there and flip it over, you can see what we've got is where these joining pieces have been added. Somehow it's interpreted it as being a gap on the leg. Come on, focus. Yeah, that gap shouldn't be there. That gap shouldn't be there. That gap shouldn't be there, that gap shouldn't be there, that gap shouldn't be there, and so on. So everywhere that there's been a joining piece, in focus please. Yeah, everywhere where there's been a joining piece going across, a strap or whatever you want to call it, sprue, then next to it somehow it's interpreted it as having a gap. Now, I have just run the file through the STL repair program. It's a free online service. So, focus has gone again, sorry about that. So we will print it yet again. It'll be another 9.5 hour print, which is crazy. But I'm actually printing it on high quality, which it probably doesn't need. But I'll come back when it's started, when it's only just done the first layer or so, and I'll know where to look to see whether there's a gap there. If there's a gap there on the repaired one, then I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Well, I suppose the answer is print one that I haven't modified. And that will be proof then, won't it? Importing it into Tinkercad and trying to modify it to add my name on it, or my YouTube channel, has somehow messed it up. Yes. These lines here, they're not supposed to be there, I'm sure. And those ones, those, yeah, all these holes shouldn't be there. Well, I've come up after this has just started, and that doesn't look good. Looks like my bed's out of level. Don't know why that should have suddenly happened. But also, I can see that the fix hasn't fixed it. There's still a gap either side of the joining pieces. I'll actually leave it running for just a little bit longer, just so we can see it clearly. Also, so I can check whether the nozzle isn't blocked. Because when it's gone like that, quite often that blocks the nozzle. I think that's what the noise is I can hear. Yeah, I think the nozzle's blocked. Oh, that's annoying. Well, it's a waste of time anyway letting it finish, because that's going to be no good. Well, I think the nozzle might have been blocked, but I've heated it up and manually pushed it through, and that was coming through okay. I can't do it with one hand, I don't think. Oh, yes, I can. There we go. So yeah, that's coming through fine now. But I think it had jammed, because we've got a whole section missing at the top there, and all this is wrong. So if we just disable the steppers a second, we should be able to pull that forwards and look at the mess. Yeah, that's clearly a real mess. None of that's come through. So I'll have to re-level my bed. I don't know why that's gone like that. So I say suddenly, because it... Yeah. And as I said, there's these gaps that shouldn't be there, so I think we'll abandon trying to do this one. And give up. Well, this is just a test piece, because I was worried that the bed was out of alignment, so I've realigned the bed and just printed this as a quick, simple piece, a slug. I'll put a link in the video description to it. but that's printed fine. Not quite sure why the bed had gone out of alignment, but it had. This edge here was up a bit. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.